We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Allen. And he completes it to Cohen. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. You know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game? They covered that play successfully.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen is caught by Funchess. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Allen again. Finding Knox there, complete.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Number 53, Mike 53. Ready? Come on. 53 is the Mike. 53, check 53. And we got to get to the bumper. Mike 53.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
I smell fear in that offense. Check, hey, check, nickel.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here comes Cohen. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
At the 35-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
It's going to be a long day.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Kill. Let's go. Hey, we got.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll get 34 yards there.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. It looks so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Allen's throw is complete, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 22-yard line.
1st down, Chicago.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Allen escaping the pressure right. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Mike, 53. 53.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Check the backer, check the backer. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3, come on.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 30, 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. Taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catching back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen now, throwing again. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
53's mine. Hey, mark the screen weapon. Watch the screen. 53's the mark. 53's the mark.
Jackson on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now to throw again. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. These two teams all tied after 1. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Cohen, and a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he gets it to Funchess, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Lamb. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now Allen. That is caught by Cohen. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears have retaken the lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Logan. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Shit! Check 3, check 3, check 3. Get it all, West.
Again, Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it's now 17-14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, he's going deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Allen now looks to throw. And he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And an alley to run. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And an alley to run. And how about that for just running out the clock? That was signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready? 33. Check back 33. Go on. Come on, D.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Right there.
It's second down and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30.
That's it, baby.
So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Jackson to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38.
They go play action now. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Play action. It's Jackson. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a give right side. Logan sheds off the tackle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Blue there.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Kill, turn up. Kill.
They'll run it here with Logan. And they'll get him down right around the 16. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
49.
Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And Lambo will put this one through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. This will be taken very short. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield.
We got 4 on 52.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves if he got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He gets it to Brown. Complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Allen to throw it. Funches has it complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Allen to throw once more. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Dawson Knox with touchdown number 7 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not having that joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. And even 60 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Derek Barnett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now again, right side. It's Logan. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
And they were the elusive. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Josh Oliver, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Allen now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Run. He's done right here. Tell him to run. 4 down.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. Got him, man. That's Trent Sherfield. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bears' 42-yard line.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Safety's creeping.
From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hey, 81 right there. He's sneaky.
From the gun, it's Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about.
4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4.
Bunch formation, bunch formation.
Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 84 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To the air, Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
It's a gain of 10.
On 1st down, Allen. And he completes it to Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important time.
Now Brown, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing. Having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Yeah, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, I've never seen this one. It's second down, and the punt team is out there. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Alvin will try again on second down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Devin Funchess. Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And here's Allen operating from the gun. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think